DragonCon, Crispy here, we're with our friends Cas and Shohreh. Guys, this is your first DragonCon.
Yeah. It is indeed.
As a personal fan, I'm so excited.
Take my eyes off of people.
Oh my God.
That's been fantastic. When did you guys get in?
Last night, 1:45 a.m.
Whoa. So, wow, I'm sorry.
She is hardcore. I got in a day before that because I wanted to really get a lay of the land.
Kind of get stoked in a bit.
This is I've done a lot of cons, and these fans are unique.
Yeah?
I've never seen fans count down to midnight to the beginning of the con. That's a new experience.
Midnight, it was 1:45
I was here last night with this guy.
Hundreds of people.
And we would do like New Year's. We treat it like a New
Yes,
Year's
exactly.
celebration.
Yes.
I've
It's
never
so much
seen
fun.
that. I've never seen that before.
I taped it. I taped it
Oh
last
my God.
night.
I'm
It was
glad,
so
I'm glad that's a
beautiful. I
fun
was
thing
so
for you guys.
excited.
You're going to see a lot of little moments like that throughout the convention.
Yeah.
So I can't
Nice.
speak for other ones. This is my home. This is literally what I want to bring to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
So,
you. I'm so much looking forward to the parade.
Yeah.
the parade?
There's a parade on Saturday,
Yeah.
right?
Are you guys aren't in the parade?
I don't know.
We can't.
fair.
We're having a panel.
Oh, that's right.
Same time.
Well, I will say this. I host that parade as well, and we put it on YouTube. So make sure
great.
that gets passed on so you
Great,
can watch it.
great.
It's huge.
Thank you so much.
Huge
Yes.
parade.
Yes.
Now, are you guys fans of anything in particular as well when it comes to television shows? But is there any kind of fandom that you guys are kind of connected with outside of that?
I am a huge fan of all things nerdy and geek. I'm a video game player, a comic book collector.
Yeah.
I love all the science fiction, fantasy world. That's kind of what I grew up on, and it still feeds me. So.
I'm a video gamer as well. I mean, by the way, I've played both of your video games. Like, I'm a huge Destiny player.
You must have
and
played
Assassin's
my
Creed.
game.
Yeah.
So
Destiny 1, Destiny 2.
I've got a huge Destiny player.
Mass Effect 1,
I've never played Mass Effect.
Yes.
I didn't know you
I
were
love doing games.
I'm friends with Mark, and who is commander, and I'm like, I've never played your game. I'm sorry, Mark. Kind of deal. But I'm a huge gamer as well. So what was your game growing up? Like, what was your hook there?
I mean, I'm a huge RPG fan.
Yes,
I've tried shooters. I'm just not good at shooters.
Yeah.
So I'm all about Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
I'm all about Zelda. I'm all
Right
about
on.
Fable. I'm all about Diablo. I'm all about
story-driven world.
story-driven
yeah.
fantasy. Skyrim, huge fan.
Oh, God.
Favorite game?
Yeah.
The Last of Us.
That is. I could only play that game once because it broke my soul. Like, the
Oh
story
my
writing
God.
and performance was
You have
pure
to.
art.
You have to see this. It's like it's like
Yeah.
living a feature film.
Really?
Yeah. It's like The
haven't
Walking
seen it.
Dead meets Call of Duty. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's a weird amalgamation of things,
No,
but
I
it's so
haven't seen
beautiful.
it.
Yeah.
And it's moving. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. So is there something that in your experiences that you feel like you've associated with this is my fandom? What's something that you like, Shohreh?
Well, but I read a lot, and I put voice over, right?
Yeah.
But my books.
Books?
I love
Oh,
books.
books. I mean, they're the best.
Yeah.
Well, is there a series that stood out to you, maybe growing up, or
you mean TV series?
Or
Oh
no,
my
no, I
God.
mean the book series.
The book series.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Back in Iran,
Oh, yeah.
Gabriel Garcia Marquez. My
Yeah.
God, we loved him. We adored
Wow.
him. Faulkner.
Faulkner. That's
it's-
fantastic.
Mostly Western
Yeah.
writers and philosophers.
That's
and,
understandable.
Yeah, I love
Classics.
books.
That's some really great classic
Yeah.
stuff there.
Yeah.
So in addition to stuff that you guys have in your personal life, but you're here for the convention as well.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the panels you guys are going to be doing over the course of the
Oh my
weekend.
God.
Science.
Yeah.
We're doing science, which I have no idea of. I remember the day we went to Caltech. Cas took us to Caltech with all these scientists.
Yeah.
They were asking us questions, which we
That's where the science panel was born. Was in Caltech.
we had to
Wow.
ask them the question, but then I couldn't understand the word.
Yeah.
It was
We
all
had,
going.
we had scientists on our panel. We had the guy, Babak,
Yeah.
who's the Mohawk man,
Yeah.
who runs the rovers on
Yeah,
Mars.
yeah,
he was
yeah.
on our panel.
And all of a sudden somebody said, Epstein Drive. And I said, I know
that
Epstein
one.
Drive. I know Epstein Drive. I know Epstein Drive. The only thing I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but
it's
That's one
a-
thing I love with science fiction is, as general as the genre has progressed, just specifically like the last
Yes.
20 years, the science has become more authentic.
Yes.
And to see you guys be a part of these
I
science
mean, it's a huge
communities
part
is
of the
huge.
show.
Yeah.
It's like we take great pride in presenting a show that has, with some exceptions, almost 100% pure, authentic science. There's a few conceits that we have in there that we have to, but for the most part, the reason science fiction does not usually do real science is because it's really, really hard.
It is.
And it's really, really expensive
Yes.
to do real science on TV or in film. But they decided, that the showrunners and the writers of the novels decided, we're not gonna cave to that challenge. We're gonna make the laws of physics a character in the show.
I think it's very important.
It's an obstacle in the show because space is hard.
It is.
And it's trying to kill you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, goodness.
And so that's a major obstacle for us all the time. Like Avasarala in season 3 is literally almost killed
in that speed ship
because of the speed of the ship. Like that is an obstacle. Who gets killed by a speeding
from G-force?
From G-force,
yeah, you know.
But that's a legitimate concern. You know, one of my favorite characters in season 1, Lopez.
Yeah.
He was the Martian military leader. He dies because he has a bullet wound, and then we have to accelerate under high G. And if you have a bullet wound, and you're under high G, you're going to bleed out in a way that it would be a normal wound that you could heal normally. And then obviously in season 3,
that was huge. The story there with the drum. Yeah.
No gravity, no healing.
It's one of those things. As a fan of the show, as a fan of science, I realized I was like, all right. As you mentioned, the real science been a character. I'm like, I wonder how they're going to address this. And the authors of your scriptwriters just went all in, and it was just breathtaking.
We are so blessed to have these writers, and more importantly, to have them on the set with us.
So they're with you all the time. Then you don't see that a lot. That's really great.
Yeah, we were really lucky to have the novelists Ty Frank and Daniel Abrams with us.
Yeah.
So that's the science panel.
Okay, that's just one thing you guys are doing.
That's one thing. And then the other thing we're really excited
diversity.
about. The diversity.
Diversity.
Never done it before.
Okay.
We're super excited. I mean, with the panel we got here with me and Dominique and Shohreh and
which is
Frankie.
diverse. Pretty
diverse.
diverse.
Like, we represent the whole planet. We're
From
so
New
excited.
Zealand to Iran.
But we were talking about it in the car on the way here. Like I said, what do you want to talk about in the panel? And even just starting talking in the car, we started getting into like all sorts of really controversial topics. It was very animated, it was very emotional, and I'm like, okay, hold on, save this for the panel because this is going to be good. Like I want to hear what the audience thinks. I want to hear about how people are affected by the diversity of our show, seeing all these different races, seeing these amazing, powerful women in these positions of power, and what the audience feels about that.
I think one thing I will say this, not to praise my own convention, I say this as a fan, a member of the community. We at DragonCon as fans praise diversity, obviously, and so to hear that, one, I didn't know that was the panel we're doing. That's spectacular.
That's Sunday.
That is Sunday, and two, to know that you guys are the ones doing it, this is going to be fantastic. I wish I could be there for it. So I hope that you guys, when you're here, definitely get to watch out.
So Saturday is science, Sunday is diversity. Friday is a general Q&A where it's basically everything you ever wanted to know about the Expanse but were afraid to ask.
Excellent.
That's Friday.
And that's going to be this afternoon, I believe.
Right.
So hope you guys can go check it out. Well, you guys got a busy schedule. Before you get going, though, I've warned you ahead of time. We have our random questions here.
Oh boy, okay.
So go ahead.
This is like
kind
a
of mix
question.
this up.
Yeah, I'm going to let the queen do that.
I will pass it on over.
Thank you.
This is like a random question from around the universe.
Yeah, and just generic icebreaker questions. So, oh, she's going deep. I hope it's a good one. If it's
this is a good
not,
one.
We'll
this
find
is a
out.
good one.
You got it. All right, so let's see what you got here.
Okay,
So,
now I'm scared.
A question for the both of you.
Okay. What color is your eye?
How did you know? This is an excellent one from the fans. What smell reminds you of your childhood?
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
In Iran, in old countries, there are crooked alleys, teeny tiny crooked alleys that only two people can pass through shoulder to shoulder. These, their walls are covered with yellow jasmines in the spring.
Wow.
And the smell, the scent, it remains in your nostrils forever. No matter what, when you hear it, it takes you there to those
to the alleys. In Iraq. That's fantastic.
The generation before me called it the truth alleys. My generation called it the love alleys. Because we took our boyfriends there and recited poetry.
Of course. That's fantastic.
Nice.
So, Cass, do you have a smell that is your
Yeah,
childhood?
actually, I never even thought of this until you asked this question, but the smell of cedar.
Cedar.
Cedar
I love
chips.
Cedar, yeah.
Because when I was a child, I had guinea pigs. I had a lot of guinea pigs.
Yeah.
And that smell of cedar chips, it always makes me think of when I was a kid and we had and I would go and feed them their vegetables and fruits. So that's a very, very unique. So whenever I go into a sauna,
right, because there's
that's
wood
what it
burning
smells.
smell.
I always get flashback to being a kid and taking care of my little pets.
So the guinea pig is there with you in the sauna.
Exactly.
So that's fantastic.
What an amazing question.
That was a good one, guys.
Great question.
They're not always that great, so that was fantastic,
We
guys.
love that one.
I want to thank you guys for your time. I hope you guys have a fantastic convention. I don't know if we'll pass our cross the paths again, but on behalf of the convention, personally as fans as well, thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank
you
you.
so much,
And we're looking forward to meeting you all on the Walk of Fame as well.
Absolutely, and thank you, the convention, for bringing us here, for having us meeting with with our fans face to face, hear them out.
You guys have a lot of fans here. You're a good
DragonCon
really
has
precious.
been amazing.
Nice.
The people, Rachel and Dan and all the people here running the show have been amazing to us. They've really treated us.
Excellent. Well, we have that on film, so that's a win for my book. Well, guys, thank you, DragonCon. We'll see you soon.